spankings?
I remember my mom, what she did, I think in the back or something like that way. But I scolded, and I got scolded. Only time I got with my dad once, and one I mean he did really holler at me, is I turned around and run. I was up on the chicken house and running on the chicken house roof. That's all that he ever really bawled me out. Damn, my dad never hit me.
Dad never hit you? Never spanked you?
Never spanked me. But the only time he really hollered at me was then.
You were running on top of the chicken house.
I'll never forget it. It really hurt my feelings too.
You were pretty young.
Yes. I don't know, maybe 5.
Yeah.
Something.
And your mom never?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did that, but I can't remember. I said, no, she didn't hit me in the back. I can't remember. She did something. She was washing, and I still didn't, I don't know what I did. I can never remember what I did. I've always thought about it.
And you couldn't remember, but she
I
got
can't
mad.
remember. She was washing, and I don't know if she is in a very good mood. Did she push me? I can't remember. She did something to me, but I can't remember.
But otherwise, you didn't get spanking.
I tell you, Mary, my sister's the one that got.
She got spanking.
Well, you don't talk back to your parents. Right?
Yeah. So it's not that they didn't give spanking, you just didn't get any.
I did, like that way, and of course, my mom, what do you call it, maybe scolded me, but which I can't remember. That I remember, that she was washing, doing something. She's on the porch washing.
And she just washed.
And I can't remember to this day, but I can remember that's one thing she really hurt my feelings.
Gotcha. So, when you said she's washing, she just had a big tub with a washboard?
Yes.
And so you guys would get the water out of the cistern or down from the
Oh, I had
spring?
to carry that water, what do you call it, from the, down at the spring.
And how far
Many
was that?
years. Oh, gosh. I guess maybe 150 feet.
Yeah. So did you just have 2 pails?
No, just 2 pails.
2 pails, and you brought it in.
We did that until we got a cistern, and that was, gosh, I don't know how long we had a cistern. But then even after we got a washing machine. That's one thing, we got a washing, my dad got a washing machine. I may take washing machine before he died. I don't know how long before he died. I don't believe it was too long before he died, maybe a year or so.
Mm-hmm.
He died in 28. He had that Maytag, and that lasted a long time.
And then you just hung your clothes out to dry. And
yeah, we had our clothesline.
And then during the winter, did you just hang them around the house?
Oh, very little. Most of the time we hung them outside, and they're just like boards.
Frozen?
So once in a while, if it was raining or something like that, we had to, in the house, But otherwise, I know that one time, that we had that, I'll tell you that Mackie, that wild horse.
Uh-huh.
And my dad was taking potatoes down the basement, and he had the horse in a wagon, right next to the basement, to go down the basement. I don't know, he got scared or something like that way. He turned around and ran, I don't know, in the backyard or somewhere. He knocked our telephone line down, knocked the clothesline, and Mom had a boiler, They used to have these, not brass, but copper boilers. Bend it on.
And what would she boil in this?
Clothes.
Oh.
Make your clothes white, that's what you did. You boil your clothes. Oh, boil, all your sheets and white clothes.
You boil them.
Yes, and towels, all our white clothes you boil them. You put that boiler on the stove, and you put it in the top of the stove, yes.
Put it on top of the stove in the house.
Put it on top of the stove, yes, and boil it.
How's it done?
Well, I'll tell you what, years ago, they always, white clothes, of course, nowadays, people are not so, they say, well, how, you got nice clothes. People, would talk about your people, they did, years ago. Because you used to always hang them online. And they would always see what you had.
Ah.
If you had white or gray but Mom always had nice white clothes.
You boiled them.
Well,
Did you-
everybody boiled.
Did you use lye or just regular
Uh,
stove or?
Well,
Where'd you
I
get
tell you
your
what, we had wooden floors in the kitchen for when I was real little. She used lye, and the floor was white.
It bleached the wood.
Your beach or white, yes. And then we got linoleum, but I can remember when we had what do you call it, the wood floors. I can remember when we got the linoleum to put in.
And the wood was white.
And the wood was white, yes. It wasn't dark wood. It was kind of like white pine, stuff like that way. But she used a light for the floors.
Mm-hmm. Did you iron your clothes or?
Oh, iron! I can remember. Well, I tell you what, we still had our iron when Tracy got married. These flat irons that you put on the stove. Now we had that when Tracy got married, which that would be, what is it, 21? I think she got married in 21. And we had those, and then somebody gave her electric iron, and she said, well, I can't use that. Because over there where she was at, she didn't have electricity. She said, well, Mom, how about I'll give it to you. So that's the first electric iron we had. That was in 1921.
Oh, wow.
That made it really nice. But this way, iron, we had 3 of them, and you put your 2 iron on, and then when this one iron gets cold, you take another one, and you just rotate.
Rotate them.
Rotate, yes.
So when did you get electricity?
Well, Tracy got married, the year she got married.
You got electricity.
Electric. So that would be 1921, wouldn't it be? I think that's when she got married.
Yeah.
Or 22. Either 21 or 22 she got married. And that's the first electricity that we had. And that we thought was something, that then we didn't have the lamps, we didn't have to clean the lamps. Or call all of the, because that's one thing, we always had to have call on every night. They wouldn't be empty, but we always had to fill them.
Always had to fill them. And then when did you get a telephone?
Gosh, we had telephone, I know we had telephone in 1915. How long before that? Maybe just a half a year or something like that way. Well, when my grandfather died, that we had a telephone then.
You had a telephone then.
So in 1915, so that's, quite a while.
You had a telephone before you had electricity.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
And of course you had an outhouse.
Oh, definitely. Then we got one of the better ones that later on.
What's a better outhouse? To me, an outhouse is an outhouse. What's the extra?
Well, this was concrete, just around the stool and the wood on top. The other one was just all wood.
Oh.
And this one was concrete, around where the base was at, and concrete floor.
Okay.
So it was an improvement.
The other one was just what, a wood floor?
All wood floor and everything else.
Yeah. So when that outhouse got full, when the pit got full, you just dug a new pit?
Well, they always clean it out.
Did someone come to clean it out?
And my dad cleaned it out. They had it on the side, it's always high enough up that you can, what do you call it, have dirt, take the dirt out and clean it out.
What'd you do with it?
They put it on the ground.
They would just throw all the fecal material and everything?
I don't know where they throw it at, but they throw it on the ground. I know in China they use it for fertilizer.
Okay. So, do you guys
But I
ever...
tell you what, I don't know if you ever remember him. He ever cleaned the thing out. I never got that up high enough.
I guess
But he must have been pretty deep at the beginning, because I can't.
don't even remember him cleaning it out.
But I know that's what they do, is clean them out.
So when did you first have a bathroom in the house?
When I got married.
When you got
And
married?
then when I got married, I first got married, we had the bathroom and all, but we didn't have no water. So we had the fellow that built our house build us a outhouse. He had some nice lumber in it too. So we brought it out here, and Bert took the stool, top off of it and used it as a corn crib.
A who?
A corn crib. You know what a corn crib is?
Oh.
Which you put corn in. because he had some corn on top of the hill.